Hello everybody, it's Molly with AllEars, and today I'm at Epcot with a super fun new video. Now, we've all traveled around World Showcase, but have you ever stopped to think which is the best pavilion? That's exactly what we're going to do today. Today we are ranking the countries at Epcot's World Showcase, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to explore each pavilion in detail, and we're going to rank them on different categories. They will be judged on food and beverage, stuff you can do there, like shopping, entertainment, attractions, and overall pavilion vibe. What's the decor like? Is it busy in there? Is it pretty? What do I feel like when I'm in the pavilion? So we're going to use those three different categories to come up with a total score for each country, and then we're going to rank them from worst to best. Are you excited? What's your favorite pavilion? What do you think is going to come out on top? Follow along to find out. So here's how this is going to work. Each of the countries is going to be rated in three categories that I mentioned earlier: food and beverage, stuff to do there, and overall pavilion vibe. Each of those categories is worth 5 points for a grand total of 15 if they get a 5 in all three categories. We're going to keep track, and then at the end, show you our rankings from worst to best. So hola! From our first country, I am in Mexico, of course. Going to explore the pavilion and see where we rate it. So the first thing you come to in Mexico is this cantina here, which is the Mexico quick service location. And you can get things like tacos and nachos, queso, beers, couple margaritas, though this is not your primo margarita spot in Mexico. The best part about this is the seating. It's out on the lagoon, so this is an awesome spot if you're lucky enough to snag a table for Illuminations or whatever the new nighttime show is going to be, Epcot Forever. Overall, the food is good, but not great in my opinion. But are you going to try something you've never tried before and it's going to change your life? Probably not at the cantina. Also, right when you walk into Mexico is Choza de Margarita, which is the outside spot I would recommend getting a margarita at because they've got a lot more flavors. They also have a few food options. These are a little bit more exciting than the cantina, so honestly, I would recommend grabbing food here if you're trying to eat outside in Mexico. Next up, we are headed inside the pyramid to see what kind of fun, exciting things we can find inside. Fun story, there's a no climbing sign here because one time a guy who presumably had had too much fun in the tequila cave climbed up the pyramid, and I was there on that day, and my husband is one of the people that called 911. One of the best, if not the best, in my opinion, part of the Mexico Pavilion is La Cava del Tequila, which is the tequila cave. Inside the tequila cave, you can get all different kinds of margaritas, specialty drinks. They have mezcal, they have tons of different tequilas. They also have some great food, some guacamole, some queso, grasshoppers if you're into that. Memories. But La Cava del Tequila is definitely a highlight as far as drinking around the world here at World Showcase goes. So that's big points for Mexico right there. One thing I am also into in the Mexico Pavilion is all the Coco merchandise because I love the movie Coco. So it's a fun spot. If you also love the movie Coco, this is a great spot to come get a special Coco souvenir. But besides Coco merchandise, there's awesome authentic merchandise as well. They've got authentic Mexican vanilla. They've got chocolates made with tequila and Kahlua. They've got the wooden carvings. I talked about these in our most authentic souvenir video in World Showcase. We'll link that for you, but they do have all different animals, and their said one is supposed to be your spirit animal. There's a crystal shop. Ooh. So there's also this glass store, which they do have in a couple other countries. I am headed now to jump on the Grand Fiesta Tour, which is the boat ride here in the Mexico Pavilion. This is one of only 2 countries that actually has a ride you can go on while you're in that country. This is a boat ride with Donald, Panchito, and Jose Caracas, collectively known as the Three Caballeros, and you go on an adventure through Mexico. my thoughts on the Grand Fiesta Tour are that it's super cute. Kids will like it because Donald's in it. You'll like it because you're in the air conditioning. Is it a must-do, like you should run to Mexico just to do it? Absolutely not. But it is an attraction and not many other countries have that, so that definitely is points for Mexico in my book. So Mexico actually has 2 full-service restaurants. The first is in here. It's called San Angel Inn, and a lot of people like it because it's inside the pavilion, as you can obviously see. So that's really cool. It feels like you're outside at night. So while the setting is cool, this isn't where I would recommend eating at a full-service restaurant in World Showcase. There's a lot better options in the same price range, and that's my thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If I were eating in the Mexico Pavilion, besides all those delicious grasshoppers and other insects in the Tequila Cave, I would head to the Tequila Cave. I'd get a really good margarita, and I would get some chips and queso, maybe a taco, some guacamole, some little snacky things, as opposed to doing the full meal here inside San Angel. The other full-service restaurant here in Mexico, because yes, they have 2, is La Hacienda de San Angel, which is on the lagoon side, making it an excellent dining choice if you're going to be here during fireworks. La Hacienda de San Angel is a little more authentic Mexican food as opposed to what's in San Angel Inn. Inside is a little more Americanized Mexican food. I personally prefer this one and think this is a fun place to eat. And there's a tequila ambassador that walks around and helps you pair tequila with your drinks like a wine sommelier would do. So I do enjoy this restaurant more than San Angel Inn. As far as the ambiance goes in this pavilion, obviously inside the pyramid's really cool. And one thing a lot of people don't realize is to the left, right of the pyramid as you're looking at it, or to the left as you're leaving, is this really cool rainforest setup where they have all these really awesome tropical trees, because of course Mexico is a tropical country, and you can look at them and enjoy some of the wildlife of Mexico here. So ambiance wise, that's some points for Mexico. You can also meet Donald in Mexico. I don't know if that makes sense, but he's wearing a sombrero and a poncho, which is cute. For entertainment, there's also the Coco show with the mariachi band, which I adore because, as we've already discussed, I love Coco. It's really cute. The problem is it's in the full sun, like there is no shade, so it's balmy when you watch this show. Food and drink, I'm gonna give it a 4. That's because I'd give it a 5 for drinks, but only a 3 for food. Obviously those balance out to a 4. As far as things to do, I'm gonna give it a 5. I like that there's an attraction. I like shopping inside the pyramid. I like that you can meet Donald, even though he's kind of a random choice for Mexico, but he's got a sombrero, so it's fine. And I like the Coco show, even though it's in the heat. As far as ambiance though, I'm giving it a 3. What? Shocking, I know. But here's a few problems with the Mexico Pavilion. It's a choke point. It's really narrow through there, and as people are coming and going into World Showcase, it gets really crowded and really tight, especially during festival season, and especially when that Coco show is happening. It's right there in the choke point, which kind of makes it a pain and kind of destroys the ambiance a little bit. Also, the bathroom situation. To go to the bathroom in the Mexico Pavilion, you've got to go into San Angel Inn, like into the restaurant, which always is like not as great as if there was just like a big bathroom. There are big bathrooms at the Odyssey Pavilion right next door. There's big bathrooms at the next country, but still, Mexico specifically, the bathroom situation is not ideal. So that was a 4 for food, a 5 for entertainment and stuff to do, and a 3 for ambiance, which is 12. Mexico gets a 12. On to the next country. Welcome to country number 2, Arendelle. Just kidding, that's a fake country. I am in Norway. First things first, in Norway, I'm gonna go catch my fast pass to the most popular ride in all of Epcot, Frozen Ever After. Frozen Ever After replaced Maelstrom and is of course the second country to have an attraction. This wraps it up. This is the last attraction we're gonna be going on today. And by attraction, I mean like ride. When you get off of Frozen, you of course exit into a gift shop. That's of course got a lot of Frozen stuff. Frozen Ever After is absolutely a must-do attraction. No matter how old you are, it's adorable. The animatronics are amazing. I definitely get teary when Elsa starts singing Let It Go and her ice palace lights up. So Frozen Ever After, one of the best rides in Epcot, maybe one of the best dark rides in all of Walt Disney World. Yeah, I'll say that. I'll make that claim. So that bumps Norway up way high in the stuff to do category. The shopping in Norway is really cute too. If you're not into Frozen, they have really great stuff. They've got Holly Hansen jackets, which is a Norwegian designer, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm making that up. Confirmed, Holly Hansen is from Norway, which is why you can get a bunch of her merchandise here. And if you have a merchandise discount, cast member, annual pass holder, DVC, it'll work on this. So that's a pretty cool thing you could grab here for the freezing temperatures of Orlando. This is what I look like without coffee. Also, there's a hidden sword under there that you can't see unless the fountain's not working or the waterfall's not working, but that's kind of a cool detail. So Akershus is character dining with the princesses. And in my opinion, besides the fact you're not in the castle, this is superior to Cinderella's Royal Table. The food is better in my opinion. It's only 1 dining credit point as opposed to 2 at Cinderella's Royal Table, and it's most of the same princesses. You can expect to see Belle, Ariel, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, maybe Mulan will show up, maybe Ariel will show up, kind of mix it up a little bit. But Akershus is a great spot, and it's easier to get a reservation there than Cinderella's Royal Table. So character dining, princess character dining right here in Norway. But what other food is in Norway? That's when you come right here to the Kringla Bakery and Cafe. So they've got amazing gigantic cookies, they've got Kringlas. One of those popular items is the school bread. So the bakery isn't a huge selection of food, but it is a good spot to come if you want a little bit of a lighter bite, maybe just a sandwich or a salad, or it's a really good spot to come get dessert. That school bread's really popular, the troll horns, they usually have a seasonal cheesecake, they've got these gigantic cookies they'll warm up. So Kringla Bakery, definitely a good spot in my opinion. Another really amazing thing about the Norway Pavilion, the bathrooms. Huge bathrooms, they're really cute, they're like subtly Frozen themed. Yeah, bathrooms, A+ here in Norway. There's also one more cool thing you can do here in Norway. It involves meeting somebody, but who? Can't let it go. Going to meet Anna and Elsa. Parents, Anna and Elsa's Royal Summer House in the Norway Pavilion is the only place that you can meet the Frozen sisters. And I don't know if you noticed, it's a 10-minute wait. When Anna and Elsa first came to the parks, they literally had waits of upwards of 5 to 8 hours when they were at Magic Kingdom. That's horrifying. Of course, the meet and greet results in more Frozen merchandise. Also in Norway, you can come to this beer cart and get a delicious Norwegian beer. I tried the Aas Pilsner before. It was awesome. Awesome. One of my favorite details in this pavilion is the gardens and grass on the rooftops, because I have been, well, not to Norway, but I've been to Sweden, and that is actually a thing they do in Scandinavia. It's so cool. In Norway, you can also see this church, which a lot of people just think is like pretty, but you can actually go inside and there's an exhibit about the Vikings. So let's give Norway some scores. I think for Stuff to Do, it gets a 5. Frozen Ever After is a fantastic attraction. The meet and greet is adorable. The shop is really cool. Arendelle/Norway, really knocking it out of the park as far as things to do. I'm gonna give the dining a 4. I think the Akershus character breakfast or lunch or dinner, any meal of the day, is a really awesome character dining experience, and the bakery's got a lot of good desserts, but as far as like a quick service lunch or dinner, it's not the best spot yet in World Showcase. So we're gonna give that a 4. And overall vibe, I'm gonna give that a 4 as well. I love the little details. I like the staved church, but it can get a little congested in there, of course, because of Frozen Mania. Overall, Norway gets a 13. So far so good. On to China. I did not expect to do math on camera today. Ni hao from China. We are in country number 3, ready to explore and see what we can find. First stop to shop in China is Good Fortune Gifts. They've got lots of cute things, hats, magnets, a lot of things to do with the Chinese years, like the year of the dragon, year of the tiger, etc., etc. Oh, that's a dope hat. Oh yeah. We also have the Joy of Tea here in China, which has specialty cocktails. You can grab a quick bite like an egg roll, and they've got different bubble teas. Not surprising based on the name. During certain times of day here, there's also a cotton candy artist, which is nuts. They make all these crazy designs out of hand-spun cotton candy. So that's a really cool treat, Instagrammable thing you can do in China as well. For food in China, you've got a full-service restaurant, the Nine Dragons, and it's right next to the quick service location, which is Lotus Blossom Cafe. Nine Dragons. I went recently and I was pleasantly surprised. I had a pretty good, a little bit of spicy, which is rare for Disney, dish, and it was really good. It was a really good serving for the price. It is Chinese food, so if you have a really good Chinese food place at home that you're into, it's probably not going to beat this, but it is a really good spot. You can usually get a last minute reservation, so if you decide walking around the world that you need a quick or a full service dinner, lunch, this is a good spot to go. Lotus Blossom, which is the quick service restaurant, similar thing. It's going to be basically your normal Chinese food. They've got dumplings that are really good. They've got pot stickers. They've got different kinds of chicken and beef. So basically expensive Chinese takeaway. But if you're craving that, if that's the kind of food you like, it's not bad. I will say this about the food. If you've been drinking around the world, which is a Epcot rite of passage to some, you may really enjoy some of the delicacies inside the Lotus Blossom. It is a really good, shareable, big serving meal, especially if you've been having a few adult beverages and you need something hearty and quick to fill you up. In the back of the pavilion, you'll find more shopping, and it's designed to remind you of a street market that you would find in China. There's some authentic Chinese snacks. I haven't done these. Maybe I should try these at some point. They also, and I just found this out, have wine and beer back here. If you want a shot of baijiu, which is their kind of vodka, or a beer, or a glass of plum wine, you can get it back here. You can also buy things by the bottle, but keep in mind, anywhere in World Showcase you buy things by the bottle, they are going to take it from you and send it up to package pickup at the front, so you can't open it while you're wandering the world. House of Good Fortune is a really fun shop. Look at all this stuff. Honestly, come to China just to get one of these. It feels amazing. And they're not that expensive. The biggest one's $11. This one's less. Ugh. As far as things to do in China go, there's a couple of cool options. Right now there's an exhibit on Shanghai Disney Resort. There's also Reflections of China, which is a Circle Vision video production. You can also meet Mulan, and there is a show with the Chinese acrobats, which is insane. So lots to do here in China. There's really pretty gardens around China as well, with lily pads. It's really awesome. Circle Vision, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to tell you you need to, but I'm also not going to tell you you shouldn't. It's a film about China in Circle Vision, like Oh Canada in Canada. So it's not the most exciting thing, but it is in air conditioning. If you're bored and you've got like 18 minutes to kill, why not? A bad thing about the China Pavilion, same problem in Mexico. There's no restrooms that aren't in a restaurant. So in order to use the restrooms, you have to go into the Nine Dragons, which just means there's not a big restroom. You're probably gonna wait a little bit, and it's always just kind of awkward to have to go into the restaurant. So that's one thing, you know, not in China's favor. So where does China score? So for food, I'm gonna give it a 3. Like I said, it's good, but not great. You can probably get better Chinese food at home, but it will do if you're hungry or need a sit-down reservation, so that's a 3. As far as entertainment goes, I'm gonna also give it a 3. Reflections of China is, it is. And while you can meet Mulan, that's really cool, the acrobats are really cool, neither thing is like a must do, in my opinion. Unless you happen to be here, then it is a really cool thing to see, or maybe you love Mulan, so then you want to meet Mulan. But ambiance and detail, I'm giving it a 5. That shop was awesome, and it was really cool and really detailed. It really did feel like you were in a market. The detail and the beautiful ornate sculptures around the Chinese pavilion. The archway is gorgeous. The reflections of China, that building that it's in, is gorgeous. I love the gardens and the lily pads. So despite the bathroom thing, China does get a 5 as far as ambiance go. So in total, that means China gets an 11. Willkommen, Germany. I am now in the Germany pavilion, and we're gonna get things started real quick with the Margaret Adler and Bavarian Band. So this is a band that plays a couple times a day. They have an accordion. They make it feel like Oktoberfest. It's a lot of fun. They're cute, they're precious. It's in the sun, but there's a beer cart right there, so grab a beer and listen to them. Dance along. Also, some of my friends have told me that they could see me doing that when I'm older, minus the fact I'm not German, but just like some older blonde lady who just dances around. I don't know. Could you see it? Could it be because I have no shame? One of the best parts of Germany, Caramel Kuch, which is the caramel kitchen. I'm definitely not pronouncing that right, but it's a delicious Werther's caramel shop. They have popcorn and all kinds of treats. It smells amazing in here. Germany is also home to this adorable Christmas shop. You can get lots of ornaments. You can get a Christmas pickle ornament, which allegedly is a tradition in Germany to hide one of these in the tree, and whoever finds it gets an extra present. I don't know if that's true or not. So I asked a German cast member about this pickle situation behind me. He said it's not really done in Germany like when he was growing up, but a lot of German immigrants started it in America, and it's really popular in German towns around the United States like a couple hundred years ago. That's when it started. So there you go, grab a pickle. There's also a wine cellar here in the Germany pavilion where you can get beer and wine. Germany is known for wine, which is shocking because a lot of people think beer, but they actually are a huge producer of wine as well. This thing is huge. It's literally bigger than my face. And it's delicious. I mean, it's just a big pretzel, but it's so salty and delicious. It's $10, which is a lot for a pretzel, but you could obviously easily split this with a few people. Good snack. Good job, Germany. I also love the little train set here in Germany. It's really fun to come check out. How does Germany score? Well, food and beverage, gotta give it a 5. This is a delightful snack. They obviously have lots of good beer. I love the beer garden. It's an easy to get reservation, and it's a great buffet with a lot of options. Almost anybody's gonna find something they like there. Also, I love a bratwurst. So again, food and beverage, gotta get a 5. Oh, and that caramel popcorn. Yeah, Germany, 5. Top marks in the food and beverage category. Entertainment though, I'm only giving it a 2. There's not a lot to do in the Germany pavilion. You can meet Snow White, which is cool, and you can shop, and some of the shops are really cool, but that's pretty much it. But overall pavilion vibe, 5 again. I love the train. They have awesome bathrooms here. The detail is unreal, and it is just a fun pavilion to be in, and it feels like you're having an Oktoberfest, you're having a party. So overall, that gives Germany a 12. Ciao from Italia. Time to see how Italy stacks up. Right when you first get into Italy, you'll find this kiosk which sells coffee, gelato, some other treats, as well as vino. So, first stop to get something to eat or drink when you're in Italy. One of the most unique take-homes would be to do the paint your own Italian mask. So they start at $30 and you pick out a mask and then they help you paint it and you create your own masterpiece. masterpiece. They also have beautiful, authentic Italian masks for sale. In this store, they sell a lot of Italian perfume, which absolutely gives me a headache. So if you're prone to headaches, don't come in here. So as far as shopping goes in Italy, if you want to like pull a Tom Haverford and treat yourself to some nice perfume, some fine leather goods, there's definitely a lot of that going on. Besides that, the merchandise is not as fun as, say, China, where they have that big, huge, crazy merchandise shop with all of those goodies. Dining in Italy is tied for my favorite, if not my favorite place to eat in the World Showcase. You've got a lot of options when you're coming to Italy. There are 2 full-service restaurants, Via Napoli, which is a pizzeria. It's also where my husband and I had our first date, which is why we got engaged here. Gross, I know. You've also got Tutto Italia, which is a more traditional Italian restaurant when you think of Italian food, not just pizzas. They've got pastas and other things too, but that's your more full, expanded Italian menu. There's also Tutto Gusto, which is a wine cellar off of Tutto Italia. You don't need a reservation. You can just go in, have some wine, have an appetizer, have a meat and cheese plate. Delicious. There's also that cart I talked about at the beginning. There's the donkey cart, which sells boozy popsicles, and there's a wine cellar. So as far as eating and drinking go in Italy, it's real good. This section is designed to be like Venice. So you've got the canals going under the bridges here. This pavilion is so pretty. I grabbed some limoncello from the wine shop, which is an authentic Italian lemon liqueur. So how does Italy stack up? Obviously, food and beverage, 5 out of 5. I'd give it a 6 out of 5 if I could. One of the best countries to eat and drink in my opinion. But unfortunately for stuff to do, I have to give a 1. There is a street performer that comes out sometimes, and you can go shopping, but like I said, unless you want some like Italian perfume or a fine leather good, not the best shopping. And ambiance, I'm giving it a 5 again. The pavilion is gorgeous, the music is fun, the cast members are friendly, it really does feel like you're in another world. So adding those up, Italy comes out to an 11. And I am shocked that it's that low, but what do you think, I made up these rules? Welcome to our next country, my home, the American adventure. So one of the cool things about the American Adventure Pavilion is the American Garden Theaters right behind me. They usually have some kind of show during the day, and then of course during the festivals, this is concert headquarters. So you've got the Eat to the Beat Festival during Food and Wine, you've got the festival during Flower and Garden. Right now during the summer, they've got the Guardians of the Galaxy mixtape live. They have the Guardians of the Galaxy characters come out and they play all that really good music from the soundtrack. This is where the Candlelight Processional is during the holidays. So headquarters for entertainment and World Showcase right here in the American Adventure. Now behind me in the pavilion's main building, there are a few things to do. There's the American Adventure Stage Show, which is a 30-minute stage show about the history of America with animatronics. It's really cool, really interesting. Kind of boring if you're a little kid, but older kids, you may enjoy it. Parents are gonna love it. Grandparents, my grandparents love it, and it's 30 minutes inside in the air conditioning. Also inside, there's the American Heritage Gallery, where different art exhibits rotate, and my personal favorite, the Voices of Liberty a cappella group. They are amazing. Like, I cry when I see them because their voices are so good and you get chills. Amazing. The American Adventure Pavilion also has these awesome bathrooms. They have 2 sets of bathrooms here, but these are great, and there's like no one in there, and they're always really clean. It's kind of hard to talk food right now in the American Adventure Pavilion because Liberty Inn, the quick service location, is closed. They are refurbishing it into a new restaurant called the Regal Eagle. The Regal Eagle Smokehouse and Craft Beer Spot. So it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be barbecue and craft beers. I'm really looking forward to it. But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna talk about Liberty Inn, which was the previous quick service location, and it was fine. If you wanted a cheeseburger while you're on World Showcase, that's the place to go. But honestly, if you're in World Showcase, why would you come eat a cheeseburger or chicken nuggets when you could eat some delicacy from around the world? There's also the Fife and Drum, which is a stand that has a few little things. They've got turkey legs, they've got popcorn, they've got seasonal snacks and beers, and then there's a funnel cake stand and a craft beer stand as well. So right now, it's kind of hard to touch on the dining in the US, but that's kind of the breakdown for now. There is no table service restaurant here. So where does the American Adventure stack up? Food and drink, I'm sorry, I'm forced to give it a 1. The Liberty Inn was just not that good, and the food options that are here now are fine, but not great. I'm hoping the new place can save that, but for right now, today's rankings, food is a 1. However, entertainment stuff to do here is a 5. There's lots to do here. The concerts are always so much fun. The Voices of Liberty are amazing, and I truly enjoy the American Adventure. Pavilion overall, though, vibe, a 3. There's nothing spectacular about the pavilion. It's fine, but it's not immensely detailed like some of the others, so that gives the grand total for the American Adventure a 9. This is the Garden House. This is where you can grab all kinds of different sake and sake concoctions, you know, when you're drinking around the world and you need your sake trip. So the food in the Japan Pavilion is, I don't want to say all over the place, but like the quick service is not that good. It's got good looking things on the menu, but they're just not as good as I want them to be. However, the full service teppanyaki, it is hibachi, it is expensive, but who doesn't love it when they do the onion volcano and the shrimp in the pocket? So it is hibachi and it's good. Tokyo Dining, same thing. It's good Japanese food. It's Disney prices, but overall, you're gonna have a good meal when you go to either of those places. Takumi Thai is definitely an experience more than it is a meal. If you like Japanese cuisine and can appreciate the flavor profile, it's an expensive, definitely special occasion restaurant, but it's exquisite. I am headed now inside the Mitsukoshi gift shop behind me. This is probably the coolest store in all of World Showcase. This place is nuts. We're gonna find all kinds of cool stuff in here. Oh my gosh. Look at this place. In this section, you can pick out an oyster and they will open it for you and you get the pearl inside. How fun!
Here, oh, so beautiful, nice, shiny pearl.
You can get a kimono, which is a really cool thing. So tons of incense. It smells so good in here. In the way back of the store by the candy is also a little sake bar. So if there's a line at the one outside, you can come back here and grab your sake or Japanese wine as well. Next to the exit of the gift shop in the back is also a little museum exhibit. Right now they are showing the culture of kawaii, which is Japan's cute culture. So like Pokemon, Hello Kitty, all the cute little things you associate with Japanese culture, that is what kawaii is. So how does Japan stack up? For food and dining, I'm gonna give it a 4. A 4 because some of the food is expensive for what you get and the quick service just isn't that great. But Takumi Thai is an exquisite experience, as I talked about, and they have the different sake bars. For entertainment stuff to do, I'm gonna give it a 3. While I do like those lady drummers and the store is awesome, that's pretty much it. There's no characters, there's no shows, there's no movie, so there's not a lot to do as far as experience goes. And pavilion, I'm giving it a 5 because this pavilion is beautiful. There's all these little gardens to walk through and it's fun music and the cast members are oh so sweet. So again, it goes back to that vibe feel of the pavilion. So that's a 5, 4, 9, 12. That gives Japan a 12. Welcome to our next country. We're in Morocco. As far as entertainment goes in Morocco, there is a band that comes on certain days. They're not here right now, probably because it's about to start raining, but there is a band that you can jam out to towards the front of the pavilion. Character-wise, you can meet Jasmine here, and sometimes she's even joined by Aladdin. In the back of this gorgeous pavilion is Restaurant Marrakesh, which is the full-service restaurant here, one of two, and they have a great prefix menu if you're not really sure what Moroccan food is. It's a lot of kebabs, baklava. It's pretty tasty, but it does scare some people. The shopping is pretty excellent in Morocco. You can get jewelry, bags, scarves, lots of cool trinkets in here, much more unique than other places. And I've said it before, but Morocco is definitely the most beautiful pavilion in my opinion. I mean, just look at this tile work. It is stunning. This is the only pavilion to have royal involvement. Their government actually sent over Moroccan architects to help design it. The Moroccan quick service location is called Tangerine Cafe. It's a good spot to get something a little unique. They've got kebabs, they've got hummus, a little bit healthier too than some of the other options you're gonna find around the world. There's a pastry and coffee bar in the back of the Tangerine Cafe as well. Across the way here, there's more shopping as well as a henna studio where you can get an authentic henna piece, which is really cool. And you can get some different Moroccan attire. You also have Spice Road Table right here, which is a full bar, important to note, and a tapas style restaurant you can go to. And it's on the lagoon side, easy to get a reservation, so it's a good spot to try and watch Illuminations and or whatever other show is here. So where does Morocco sit on the ratings? Food and beverage, I'm gonna give a 3. It's pretty good, but it's not great. It's a little unique, so it does take a certain palate to enjoy it. I do like that there's a full bar, but I've never had anything there that like blows me away. As far as entertainment stuff to do, I'm giving that a 3 as well. It's fun that you can meet Jasmine, sometimes Aladdin as well, and it's always good to go shopping. Their shopping is awesome, but again, there's no like movie or ride or anything like that. But as far as the pavilion feel, 5. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Like I've said, it was gorgeous at the pavilion, so that gives Morocco 11. On to the next country. Bonjour, we are in our next country. Of course, that is France. Here is the perfumery. You can, of course, get some Dior, some authentic French parfum, also some French bags and scarves. I love the wine shop here in France. Not only can you grab some bottles to take home, but much like some of the other countries, you can get a glass for right now to walk around with. And besides all the perfume and fancy French goodies, they also have some really cute souvenirs. They have stuff that features Remy from Ratatouille that I love. They've got some little cooking ingredients you could bring home with you, some herbs de Provence and other French goodies. For food, we have Monsieur Paul here, which is upstairs, and it is the signature restaurant in France, so it's very pricey and swanky, but if you're into that, go check out Monsieur Paul. And I've said it before, but Les AllEars is my favorite quick service spot in Epcot, maybe anywhere. Delicious French pastries and desserts and sandwiches and quiche. Chefs de France is the table service restaurant here in France. Only 1 point, unlike Monsieur Paul, not a signature restaurant, but they have a fabulous 3-course meal, amazing French delicacy, really, really good. I quite enjoy Les Chefs de France, and you can usually grab a reservation, so it's a good one. Les Artisans de Glaces, you can get French handcrafted ice cream and sorbet, incredible. So I got some ice cream from Les Artisans de Glaces. As always, I don't speak other languages, so I apologize at my horrible pronunciation, but I asked the cast member what I should get, and she recommended the coconut white chocolate as her favorite, which was one I was eyeing anyway. So here it is. How perfect is that scoop? Homemade waffle cone. So excited. Homemade ice cream. Here we go. Oh my God, that is so fabulous and so creamy. Wow, that is a delicious treat. I normally default to the treats inside Leal, like the pastries and stuff, but this is delicious on a hot day. Highly recommend it. They can also do a thing where they put it in a brioche bun and make it an ice cream sandwich. Highly recommend coming here. This is a really good snack credit too, because it's a $5 ice cream cone. Does anyone else just feel like a little kid whenever you eat an ice cream cone? I just feel like a child. The magic of Disney. So how does France shake out? Food, 5 out of 5. I love Chefs de France. I love Les Halles. I love the ice cream shop. I love those alcoholic slushies. France is amazing when it comes to cuisine, which is probably a shock to no one. Remy would be very proud. As far as entertainment goes, I'm giving it a 4. I love the server amusement. There is a movie here. It's not that riveting, but it is one that you can go sit and enjoy and get some air conditioning, and the older generations will love it. And you can meet 2 princesses here. That's a pretty big deal. You can also go shopping. I do get a headache here as well, but overall the entertainment in France is très magnifique, so that gets a 4 as well. And overall vibe, ambiance, another 5. It's so precious back here. It does really feel like you're kind of walking through the streets of Paris, and the music is wonderful, and you can get yourself a glass of wine and just stroll, and the detail is beautiful back there. So France walks away with a 14, which that's pretty darn good. Well, hello there, and welcome to the United Kingdom. That probably sounded more like Austin Powers than anything, but welcome to the UK. Of the reason the shopping is so good here is because so many beloved characters are from the United Kingdom. So you've got Mary Poppins, you've got Alice in Wonderland, you've got Peter Pan characters, you've got Winnie the Pooh characters. So merchandise here is awesome. You also have merchandise in here from non-Disney related UK fame, like the Beatles. I've seen Doctor Who stuff in here, Rolling Stones. Of course, we're not going to see any of that famous Wizard Boy, but still, pretty much anything famous and British, you can find something here. Like, look, I just found Queen. That is awesome. David Bowie. More Beatles stuff. Over here, I found a shirt that's a Monty Python joke. Seriously, great merchandise. You can also look up your family last name here and get a crest and learn your family history. That's really cool. Obviously your family has to be some kind of British. So probably my favorite of all the entertainment in any of the countries is the British Revolution. They're a rock band that plays here in the UK Pavilion, and they play different songs by the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Oasis and other different British rock groups. It's really fun to go grab a drink from the pub, come and listen, dance, sing along. You're gonna have a great time, I promise it. Also in the UK, you can meet 3 of the most beloved Disney characters. You can meet Mary Poppins and Alice, and very soon, Winnie the Pooh is coming back here as well. Super great. United Kingdom, how does it shake out? Food and beverage, I'm gonna give a 4. I absolutely love the pub. It's one of my favorite places in all of Walt Disney World. I also love the Yorkshire fish shop. I love the fish and chips, and I love that little terrace that you can sit on that not a lot of people know about. As far as the Rose and Crown goes though, not my favorite. It does have that awesome seating, but when it comes down to it, places like Italy and France got a 5, and I'd rather eat there than the UK. So by that measurement, I have to give the UK a 4 for food and beverage. Entertainment stuff to do, I'm gonna give it a 5. There's a lot to do here. The shopping is incredible, super fun. I love the British Revolution rock band, and there's a lot of characters to meet. You can meet Mary Poppins, you can meet Alice, and very soon you'll be able to meet Winnie the Pooh. So 3 characters in one pavilion. that's pretty dang good. Overall ambiance, I'm giving that a 5 as well. I love the Shakespeare Gardens, I love the tea gardens, I love just walking around, I love that you can sit on the lagoon side, I love the beer stand, I love the phone booths. Basically, I really like this pavilion. So that brings the United Kingdom up to a 14. Made it to our last country, eh? Of course, I'm in Canada. Our last country, country number 11 of the day. Let's go check it out. Headed down this way is Le Cellier, which is Canada's only restaurant. They don't have a quick service. Le Cellier is a signature steakhouse, and man, is it tasty. Le Cellier can be hard to get a reservation because it is so tasty and it's a really small restaurant, but if you can get one, I highly recommend the Le Cellier signature filet, the cheddar cheese soup, and the pretzel bread. This part is modeled after the Victoria Gardens. Look at that bunny! This part is so beautiful. Oh, Canada is the show in Canada, duh. And it's a Circle Vision show with Martin Short. It's pretty funny. It is going under refurbishment soon, or maybe already be under refurbishment by the time you're seeing this, but it's pretty good and by far the best, in my opinion, of the World Showcase movies. Back here, as with many other countries, is a spot where you can grab a drink. So what I'm learning is, I'm gonna teach you guys, when you want to drink in your country and you see a line, just go into one of the shops and go towards the back. There's probably going to be a bar there. They also have all kinds of cool Canada merchandise, lots of different hockey things. We've got cute things with animals, like bears. You know, Canada stuff. Lots of maple syrup related treats. So this stand has several different beers. I'm a big fan of several of the Canadian beers, and they also have maple popcorn in here, which isn't quite as sweet as the stuff in Germany, but it is so tasty. So I highly recommend that as a snack, and if you've got a refillable popcorn bucket, you can fill your bucket with that. How does Canada stack up when it comes to the different categories? Food and beverage, it's gonna get a 4. Le Cellier is incredible. Get that cheddar cheese soup, get that pretzel bread, you will not regret it. There isn't a quick service here, but I do like that maple popcorn, and a lot of the beers here are really good as well. Entertainment-wise, it only gets a 2. Oh Canada, that Circle Vision show is fine. It's pretty funny. Martin Short's pretty great, but that's kind of it when it comes to entertainment here in Canada. There is that band, but again, it doesn't blow me away like some of the other countries. As far as the pavilion itself, I'm gonna give that a 3. It's really pretty. I love the gardens. I love walking around, but it just doesn't have that awesome vibe and feel that it does when you go into pavilions like Germany or Italy or the UK. So that gives Canada a 9. We did it. We made it all around the world, ranking every pavilion on their food and beverage, things to do there, and their overall pavilion vibe. But how did they all stack up against each other? We've got the results right here for you on this official Starbucks receipt. In last place, the American Adventure. Sorry, America. And I'm from there, so no bias. Then we've got Canada, China, Morocco, and Italy, Japan, Mexico, Germany, Norway, and tied for first, France and the United Kingdom. Congratulations, France and the United Kingdom. Just kidding, I don't like ties. I'm way too competitive for that. So, winner is decided by me, because I made this game up. I think the winner is... Just kidding. The United Kingdom. Congratulations, you are the winner. Cheers to you. When it came down to it, France and the United Kingdom were tied for first, and I had to think, where do I just love spending time and what feels the most Epcot? And that was the United Kingdom. I love the British Revolution, I love the gardens, I love the bathrooms here, they're better than France. I love the telephone booths, I love the shopping. I love the Yorkshire fish house, the fish and chips, and that amazing seating. I like that the Rose and Crown is a lagoon-side dining room, so you have a great view of the fireworks. I love the Rose and Crown pub, and I really love snake bites, which are one of my favorite drinks in all of World Showcase. It's a half harp, half cider pub blend. It's perfect for a nice, refreshing drink on a hot day here at Epcot. So yeah, when it came down to it, the United Kingdom is a great pavilion to sit back, relax, meet some of the most beloved characters in all of Disney, listen to a band, get a drink with your friends. So yeah, congratulations, United Kingdom. You are the winner. Cheers to you, mate. Did you have fun following us along around the world? Did you learn something new about one of the pavilions? Let us know in the comments. What is your rankings of the pavilions? Did I get it right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net, and until next time, y'all, I'm Molly, and it's been magical and global. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.